And I'm Peter Parker. And I too have a job.
Parker! Parker! Stop! Parker, you're late, man. Always late, huh?
I'm sorry, Mr. Aziz. There was a disturbance.
Disturbance? Another disturbance? Oh, it's a disturbance with you. Come on. 21 minutes ago, in comes order. Hamilton, Button, and Smith. 8 extra large deep dish pizzas. In 8 minutes, I am defaulting on Joe's 29-minute guarantee. Then, not only am I receiving no money for these pizzas, but I will lose the customer forever. 2 pizza here. Look, you are my only hope, all right? You have to make it in time. Peter, you're a nice guy, but you're just not dependable. This is your last chance. You have to go 42 blocks in 7.5 minutes. Your ass is fired. Go!
So I remember when we were driving in your car. Speed so fast, I felt like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. And
Well, as you might have already guessed it, today I am driving all the way from Toronto in Canada to New York City. And it was a very spontaneous idea. The thing is, I tried a lot of pizzas in my life, right? But I never tried an authentic slice of New York style pizza. And then the other day, I was watching the Spider-Man 2 movie and I thought, no, I didn't actually think. I saw that Peter Parker was delivering from this place called Joe's Pizza. So I Googled it, and apparently it's a quite famous spot. A lot of celebrities went there, and pizzas themselves are quite good. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to make that journey all the way to New York, and I'm not flying, and I'll tell you why I'm not flying today a little bit later in the video. But the first obstacle that I'm facing today is actually crossing into the United States border. Now, I did hear a lot of kind of negative news with the current administration, and that Canadians face a lot of challenges on the border. So I am feeling a little bit nervous, but I think I shouldn't be nervous. I have my Canadian passport with me, and I think that's all the documentation I need, really. I'm going to New York just for a couple of days. So I'm going to try to film that process of me actually crossing the border for you, and then I think we'll regroup after I actually find myself in the United States. So today for my crossing, I decided to choose Peace Bridge, and look how many cars are entering into Canada from the US. I think there's one car ahead of me and one behind, so there's only 3 cars coming from Canada into the US. I guess, I don't know. Interesting. Oh no, there's a bit of a wait, looks like. Let's see, maybe I'll join this line. So yes, a bit of a wait actually going into the United States as well. I was wrong. There's just traffic jam a little bit closer to the border. But when I checked the website, I think they said the wait time is roughly 15 minutes. So it shouldn't be that bad. So it has been about 20 minutes since I joined the line, and now I'm next. Hello.
Citizenship?
Canadian.
So why are you coming here?
Filming for my YouTube channel to New York.
Okay. So how long you be here for?
2 days.
What's your channel? What is it?
Just my name, Andreas Riddell, travel mostly.
So you're just doing like a vacation?
Yeah, going for some pizza in New York.
Any alcohol, any tobacco, any food, anything coming?
Nope.
All set.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. This was very quick and painless, and I believe that currently I'm in the United States of America. And now that the first big obstacle is behind me, I have another one, and that is actually driving to New York. CarPlay is telling me that I need to cover 556 kilometers. I'm not quite sure what it is in freedom units, maybe about 400 miles, 450 miles? And so it'll take me about 5 hours and 33 minutes to cover this distance. Now, the reason why I decided to drive and not fly was because this trip was very spontaneous. I kind of did everything last minute. When I started looking into flights over the Labor Day weekend, this is when I'm traveling, they became very expensive very quickly. So the cheapest flight that I could find was roughly 700 Canadian dollars. I wanted to stay in New York for a couple of days, and so I looked into it, and honestly, just the times were terrible, the airports were all different, and I'm like, it's just not very convenient. So then I started looking into cars, and I don't have a car, I don't own one, and I started looking into rentals. And I found this car through a company called Alamo. Never rented with them before, and honestly, the whole process was really, really good. This is not an ad, by the way. So their website was very just intuitive and easy. I did everything online, and I was actually eligible for this feature called Skip the Counter. So essentially, when you arrive to the airport, that's where I had to pick up this car, I didn't even have to talk to anybody. All of these cars were just parked in front of me, and they said, hey, just get inside, keys are already in there, and drive. So it took me like maybe 10 minutes to pick up this car, and the only thing is I will have to pay for fuel. So without fuel, with unlimited kilometers, this car cost me 300 Canadian dollars, which I think is pretty good. Now for fuel, I'm trying to drive as efficiently as possible. And I'm going to refuel, I think, in the US as much as possible, because gas here is cheaper. And I also told Google Maps not to take any of the roads that have tolls, because I'm trying to save as much as possible. So this is why I'm not driving on a highway right now, but I'm going through some back roads. They're pretty though, but they're not helping with efficiency. But I'm saving, I think, $4 for a toll road, which is actually not even that much.
I'm down the highway, down my regrets. I've been driving for miles and miles and miles, I can't see where it ends. I've been trying to find ways to tell you how I feel, yeah, but I can't tell you goodbye.
What I wanted to tell you is that I'm actually not going to New York. In fact, before this trip, I've been to New York 3 times. And 2 out of those times I drove, including in Manhattan. Since that experience, I made a pledge to myself to never drive in Manhattan ever again. Because first, if you want to enter it, you gotta pay a toll, so there's a fee associated. 2, when you enter Manhattan, there's gonna be cars, buses, people, everybody honking at each other. It's terrible. And 3, if you're like, oh, that's a very cute place over there, let me find parking. You can't. There is no parking. So with that in mind, when I decided to do this spontaneous trip, I needed a place for myself to sleep for a couple of nights. And when I was looking at those places, I did a check mark, like free parking, and immediately there was nothing in Manhattan. So I had to expand my search, and I ended up booking a hotel called Hilton Garden Inn. And that hotel is actually located on Staten Island. And free parking is included for all customers. And I'm like, yes. But the thing is, it's located on Staten Island. So if I want to visit Joe's Pizza on Broadway, how am I going to get there from Staten Island, from my hotel? That's why I prepared a pretty big surprise for you. So stay tuned, and I think it's pretty cool. I hope you'll think that it's cool as well. I personally think it's really exciting, and I can't wait to try it. So just wait a little bit. Oh my god. It's been a long drive. Wow. Okay. Let's check in. It's a very normal room, so when you enter you have an ironing board, a microwave, which is a bit of a surprise, coffee machine, minibar, a full-height mirror, a nice washroom with a huge sink, and of course a king-size bed. And there's also a nice little area where you can work. Now, I wanted to tell you something, and I hope you're not going to be mad, because my plan was to go to Joe's Pizza right now after arriving to this hotel. But the thing is, I'm feeling so exhausted, and you know, like when you're drunk? That's how I'm feeling right now, even though I did not drink. I'm just very exhausted, and if I were to go to Joe's, so it's about an hour and a half, if I were to take this surprise method that I wanted to really share with you and show you, I think I would end up somewhere in the river. And if that's okay with you, I'm going to Joe's Pizza tomorrow when it's nice and bright outside, when I can actually show you things. And I think they also deserve a proper review and not when I'm sleep deprived. So with that being said, I will see you tomorrow in the morning. It's 7-something in the morning, and sleep was good. So Joe's Pizza actually opens at 10 a.m. in the morning, which is crazy. They work from 10 a.m. in the morning to 5 a.m. So almost pretty much 24 hours. But I'm just gonna go take a shower, and then I'll be on my way to Joe's. I don't think you're ready, but I brought to New York this. Boom! Let's go. Well, our adventures continue, and I think, honestly, grabbing the scooter with me here was probably the most genius idea I have ever had in my life. It's such a bliss, the weather is perfect, I love it. Anyways, what's the plan? Well, the plan is to get to Joe's Pizza, right? But how am I getting there? Well, when I was doing some quick research for this video, I found that there's a unicorn ferry that exists between Manhattan and Staten Island. Unicorn because it's completely free, and 2, it's operating 24/7. I'm like, that's absolutely perfect. Right now, I'm on my way to that ferry. Google Maps is telling me it's about 9 kilometers away, or about 30 minutes by bike. Well, and I'm on a scooter, so it should be even faster. And then when I land into Manhattan, it's gonna be another 15-minute scooter ride, and I will finally arrive to my destination. Hello.
Just a backpack, please.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Screening area passed. The dog sniffed my backpack. Bicyclist waiting area. Yep. So it's 11:40 a.m. The previous ferry departed at 11:35. I didn't quite make it. My ferry is going to depart at noon, so about 20 minutes worth of wait. There are no plugs or anything here. Unfortunately, I cannot charge my scooter. There's an air pump to inflate your tires, but it's out of order. So for now, we'll just wait here. And we're boarding now. Just actually waited for about 10 minutes because I think boarding starts sometime before. Honestly, it is quite nice. No smoking. Wow. It's a gigantic ferry. Holy moly. There's elevators inside. Wow. Look how clean it is. Honestly, I can't quite believe that this ferry is completely free and runs 24/7. Gorgeous views from here. It has been just like 20 minutes since we departed Staten Island, and we are now already in Manhattan. I love that ferry. Very smooth, fast, and the views are amazing. Well, Manhattan is definitely quite beautiful, but I'm still on my way to Joe's Pizza. Google Maps is telling me that it's about 7.2 kilometers, and interestingly, it'll take me about 30 minutes to get there. But a nice surprise here are all of these bike lanes. They're literally in the middle of the streets. They're super wide, good pavement, and those are a bliss. That's why having an e-scooter right now here makes so much freaking sense. Because again, driving would have been a nightmare. So I think I arrived, but I believe this is the line to actually try Joe's Pizza. It's definitely quite a famous place. So I'm going to lock my scooter for now, and I'll join this ginormous line to try a couple of slices of famous Joe's Pizza. This is what I came here for. Can I get 3 slices of this one? And just 1 cheese. Thank you. I think I ordered 3 mozzarella slices and 1 just pure cheese. Because you know what, I'm hungry and I drove here for like 2 days, so might as well. Yeah, 4 slices and Coke. Plastic.
And that one, that's it?
Actually, cash.
Alright, I got you.
Here's 20 and
Next is a pie, okay?
here's 5. Thank you so much. Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You guys getting a whole cheese pie?
Yeah, a whole cheese pie.
All right. Now that I have 4 slices in my hands, well, my hands are quite full. I paid for them $24. I gave the guy $25 and then he gives me $1 back. I'm like, it's okay, I don't need it. It's it's a tip. But now I need, now I just really want to enjoy those slices. And New York is a busy, very busy city. But I'm just approaching, very nearby to Joe's, is a place called Bryant Park. So this is where I'm headed to just sit down and hopefully relax a bit and chill. But God, there's people everywhere. It's impossible. Really impossible.
Discovered that.
Okay, let's see if I can go here. It's very chaotic. Oh my God. Okay. Need to lift the scooter with one hand. Oh, it's okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, they offered me to hold the pizza. I swear to God, people are so nice. It's interesting. I thought, there was a bit of a stereotype that people in New York are not the nicest. Look at that. I think I'm going to maybe, let's see, maybe I'll sit here. Look at that. Perfect. Okay, let me park. the moment I've been waiting for now, like what, 2 days? I can't think straight. It's crunchy. You know, I never tried this style of pizza, but it's interesting that the crust is very like crispy, like like crunchy a little bit, but the top is very soft and smooth. Probably, let me see. Probably one of the best pizzas I've ever had in my life, but I screwed up. I should have taken pepperoni too. I don't know why I didn't. But what could be more New Yorkish than having a slice of New York style pizza, enjoying it with some Coke, sitting in the middle of Bryant Park. Honestly, I think it's these moments that it's worth living for. At the end of the day though, I think when I was just scootering right now, I was smiling because there's something about just new experiences, new people, new places that makes you happy. So it doesn't matter how much time it took me to get here. It doesn't matter how much money it took me to get here. I know that later in life I will have pictures from this trip and I will be kind of remembering it. And I can say that I've been to the best pizza place in New York City, and I did it. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you liked this video. Let me know in the comments what you think. But in the meantime, I'm just going to enjoy my Coke. I'm just going to enjoy my... Look at this beautiful slice of Joe's Pizza. And then I don't know. I'll see where life takes me. So thank you so much.